So first, just explain me your roles at FlexiBus.
Okay, basically both of us in general were into operations side of thing only overall.
Okay.
But I would say I was mainly into operations and talking to the stakeholders. Stakeholders.
Okay. So, and about
Yeah, so I used to mostly handle the policy parts of things, right? So dealing with this government officials, making sure that our things are aligned with theirs in terms of purely following the rules and regulations that they have, right? So we could not, for example, when we had to get the IP whitelisted, we had to talk to NIC, get that thing done, because you're not allowed to share the data of the bus tracking to anyone.
Okay.
So getting all this documentation done is something that I used to focus on. That again, structure. Those to handle on-ground operations. Your whole bus is schedule.
Everything, going to the depots, going to different people at the depot, asking them questions, getting to know the bus schedule, sitting on the bus stand to get to know the bus schedule at sometimes.
So
all operations and on all field work. Yeah.
But how did it happen? Like, how did y'all both get that opportunity to work on FlexiBus?
we were building travel ad back then. So this is something, it was a problem for me in my college. I was the only one from Goa, right, in my batch. And NIT Surathkal being near to Goa, everyone wanted to come down to Goa. So the only person they would call me up and be like, bro, plan.
Give me some itinerary, give me some idea.
I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it for you. And after a point of time, I got fed up. I was like, fuck this shit.
I can't keep doing every single time, but
That's fine. I was like, fuck this shit.
yeah.
That's okay.
Okay. I was like, fuck this shit. Let me just build like itineraries. And if you're like someone who wants to enjoy, I'll send you to North Goa. If someone who wants to just chill with their friends, I'll send them to South Goa.
But then
Someone doesn't want to
becoming very generic.
Yeah. So one problem, right, while building this, we faced is everyone's like, dude, how do I travel in Goa?
Yeah.
There's no Uber, there's no Ola, right? We're renting scooters, but some of them didn't know scooters, right? This was in my second year of college.
Correct.
We realized, wait, we have been traveling in bus the whole time and we go Panjim, Vasco anywhere. So we're like, why don't people use public transport? So I spoke to the folks that had gone through us and they said, dude, we didn't even know how this operates. Right? When you go to a new state, you don't know how buses operate.
Correct.
You'll be reluctant to talk to people.
Local transit is always a difficulty in a new state. That is one thing.
Right. So we realized Goa to roads are good. Your buses are good. We had got EV
What? Goa?
bus. the electric buses.
The electric buses are good.
No, but you said roads are good.
Or in general.
Overall, I mean, if you see the highways are very good.
Okay.
Highways are good.
Highways are very good.
Excluding this area.
Don't include this area at all, right?
No, not Goa and all. Obviously, you need this. But if you're a budget traveler, right? So idea was to get students to travel to Goa. And what's their budget? 10,000 bucks.
Correct.
Right. And they want to stay like 6-7 days. Probably during a long
to take
vacation.
a cab or to take scooter, so it's like
It's expensive.
It's very expensive.
So we thought, okay, let's make it more accessible for them and digital nomads, right? People who want to stay in Goa for let's say 3 months, 4 months, right? And want to stay on a budget, let's make public transport accessible for them.
even us, like, students in Goa who were there. So we also didn't know the schedules of buses actually. We should just go and wait, like, it will come. We didn't know that. That's what we even realized at that point. So it was like, even we focus on college students mainly.
Correct.
Now you go and stand on the bus and half an hour there's no bus.
Exactly.
You could have had an important conversation.
Yeah, you could have
Or done
chilled
something
outside.
else.
You could have had a meal in the canteen or whatever. Like,
We wanted to make life more accessible and that's why we realized, okay, there are buses. I'm sure electric buses might have trackers or we can put trackers on them.
correct.
It was as simple as that. Make bus tracking available, make bus booking available. Right? People will just start traveling by that.
Exactly.
So
So
that's
you
how
know when a bus is coming, you sort it.
that's how we started. That was the core idea. Thought it will be really simple, right? Made a very simple, very basic deck. And we said, okay, let's go approach the government and tell them we want to do it for free. That we want to do it for the people. Idea was to back integrate it into Travel Light, the travel thing that we were building. This itself became a huge problem because the moment we went to them and they were like, wait, we also need something like this. Right. And they had an external quote from an agency from Bangalore which was supposed to do this for them. The moment we told them we'll do it for free, that we won't charge anything for doing the pilot at least, they're like, kar, you only do it for us. So they said, okay, all good.
Yeah.
We said, oh, this is great for us. Let's start tomorrow only. The
We were in full on, like, like we were in that zone. We could like finish everything in one night, sort of thing.
Next day morning when we go, they're like, yeah, wait in the waiting room. We're like, wait, what?
It was like 9:30 in the morning, I remember.
Okay.
9:30 in the morning, we went to meet the MD. So initially we spoke to people at the lower level.
Okay.
With the idea, they're like, great, go to the MD, this will get approved.
Okay.
Yeah.
We waited for
till 4:30.
Yeah, 4:30, 9:30 to 4:30.
We
There
were
are
just
people
sitting in
coming
that waiting room.
and we are just waiting like, sir, sir.
Like
And he's like, wait, little later.
Later.
4:30 when he was leaving the door, we are like, sir, we had come to pitch this. He's like, tell me on the way. So we are holding the laptop and we are walking down with him. And then he's like, oh, why didn't anyone send you inside? And like, they told us to wait outside because we were kids. Right? And I think that's something a lot of people face when you're starting out as a kid. People don't take you seriously.
Don't take it seriously.
The
Yeah.
moment he heard his idea, he's like, tomorrow morning, this is my number. Contact me directly, come in. And then it got sorted for us. But initially, there was a lot of waiting for everyone. Right. When we started at the lower level also, to the clerks when we went and
Yeah.
pitched the whole thing, right?
the
ones who handle innovation.
interested in all.
Yeah, no one's interested.
Yeah.
They're doing the daily job. They've got
Yeah.
a daily
It's a
task.
government thing, so you know how the system works in India. They
Correct.
just want to get their shit done and leave.
So on that note, like how you shared one incident, how was it working with the government? Like
So-
most people say working with the government is like a big headache you take. Is it true?
I agree. I agree. 100%.
I mean,
he was not there on field most of the times.
yeah.
He was very lucky with that because he had college.
So I used to travel from college. So on weekends, I would take a train, okay, every Friday, come down here Saturday, Sunday, work, and go back to
Go
college. Come, work, go back to college. I have bunked also. So
Yeah.
government offices obviously would be open only on.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
So I had to bunk college. My attendance fell to what, 74%. Got a back also because of that. Right? But it
74
was,
is still way better.
yeah, I mean,
They have a very strict policy.
NITK has a very.
Okay, you and okay.
Yeah, so
I
forget.
understand.
There was nothing to do, dude. We thought we could pay a fee or
Yeah.
something and get out of it. We couldn't.
Yeah.
Right. So that's there. But I think working with the government,
It's a headache.
wouldn't recommend anyone to start here
Right.
unless you have connections.
Correct. Yeah, that's a definite thing.
definitely. You just need to know which string to pull.
So when you were building FlexiBus, what was that one moment when you realized that this is just not any side project? This is something that can bring a big change or a big revolution.
When was the first? I think when we saw the first version of the app, which
Yeah.
came up live, like it's when
So when we started,
done with it.
yeah, when we launched the first version with just 10 buses, right? We gave it to people in PCC, some students, his batch,
Yeah.
and we also told the government officials, the conductors also to try it out.
Yeah.
When they actually tried the app, it was very simple. You do bus tracking, you track where the bus is,
Yeah.
you see the bus schedules on it,
Yeah.
right? And we wanted to introduce payments also. That was the third thing. Three things, simple, we wanted to start with.
Payments
But
were not done by then.
Yeah.
We had
Only with the tracking, people were so happy. They were like, bro, I can leave whenever I want. I can
That
see.
tracking is like the biggest problem they face right now. They
Yeah.
don't care about online payments.
Yeah,
Correct.
exactly.
tracking
So,
becomes a very big
When
issue.
people told us, dude, why didn't you guys do it earlier? That's when
Yeah.
it was an aha moment for us. Ki,
Yeah.
okay, we are onto something. People are happy. The employees there are happy, right?
This was, I think, third sem.
Yeah.
Third sem itself, yeah.
So the employees were also happy. They're like, okay, now no one calls me to ask, "Arey, bus canna back circle and all."
Yeah, we actually got
Right.
that.
Everyone's having it on their phone, right?
Yeah.
So that's when we were
Yeah.
like, okay, this is like an aha moment for us.
So what did FlexiBus teach you about execution that nothing else did?
I think it taught us only about execution, nothing else. That's how I would say.
But I think execution is really important, but also planning some things, right? There were certain places where, for example, we did the whole pilot. Now to get a contract from the
Yeah.
government, they were like, let's, whatever the cost is, we'll bear
Okay.
in terms of the transmission data and everything.
Hmm.
We didn't know that we had to register a private limited,
Hmm.
right? Hurdle one.
never
We
knew
didn't
that.
plan for it.
Hmm.
Government doesn't give you out contracts
Yeah.
unless until you have a private limited.
Correct.
Second year kids didn't know how to do private limited.
Yeah.
Started searching on the internet, found this company called.
With such?
I would
Okay.
never recommend anyone to work with them.
Anyone who is watching this podcast, please do not approach Vakil Search for any of your registration.
Get your
Please.
local CA to do whatever.
Get
you
your
want.
local CA to do it. That is very
Yeah.
correct.
So we're like, okay, it's an agency, they'll get it done. It took us 1 month because of delay in the MCA portal. So your Ministry of Corporate Affairs, they are the one who gives you your private limited certificate. 1 month they were down. Every day KDC is asking us, where are documents? Where is your documents?
Documents.
They're like, we don't have private limited yet. They're asking us for GST, we don't have that yet. So 1 month the whole thing got delayed because of that. I think
Correct.
had that not been done, I'm sure it would be operating right now, dude.
Yeah. it
We
would
got
be
delayed
a-
by 1 month and then I think you know about Right. We'll talk about it later. though.
Slowly.
Slowly.
Okay. Damn. So see, in this new modern age, all the startups, they glamorize speed.
Hmm.
They love speed. They want everything to be quick. Food in an instant. Okay. If you need snacks, you get it in an instant. But on the other hand, public transport is something that requires patience. A lot of patience. So how did you deal with both the contrast?
I think execution wise for us, most difficult thing was actually getting the trackers on the buses. Right.
Because that was like a hardware. I don't think buses have.
No, so
I
they
guess-
had. So
Electric buses actually had
Okay,
something.
electric buses might have.
Yeah,
Like
Because
they
it's
had
new.
something which was unused for so long.
no one knew that they had
there
a
is-
tracker inside our bus that they bought 2
Yeah.
years back and been operating
Yeah.
for the whole
So we
time.
contacted a company which manufactures the buses. From there we got to know there are already trackers inside it.
All you have to
So-
do is go put a SIM.
Yeah.
That's where the problem came. How do you put a bus when it's running the whole time? Like, how do you put a SIM in a bus when it's running the whole time? You can only do it at night, right?
They are on off like after 11 o'clock there are no buses. So from 11 to 4 in the morning is the only time when you can go and put SIM cards and configure the buses.
Right. So you have to
Okay.
put the SIM card. Go to there's a onboard unit. It's called an OBU.
Okay.
We had written a piece of code. You run that code, and that's when your tracker starts operating with the SIM card. Now the thing is, we have to open every engine every night, remove that unit out,
Like, you
open
remove-
it.
yeah.
We've got a video also. We'll
We
share
have
that
the
with you.
video of those things.
I will
actually.
put it in the podcast. now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll show you how difficult it was because we had to wait for the buses to get docked. They get checked by the conductors, and then you get a go.
And if
So
they are charging, we cannot do that.
yeah,
Okay.
the bus is
Wait for,
charging.
huh.
So 12 in the night is when we would start. Right?
Okay.
Opening the buses, putting the SIM cards, configuring, sending the configuration to a server. Isaac used to be awake at 2 a.m. So every
We used to,
server
like,
would get
link the
connected to his
IP
local
addresses.
device.
Yeah.
But that was a one-time thing, right?
No, so you had to do it with all the buses.
All
For
the
every bus you have to
Okay.
track.
Like, that was not.
Yeah, it was a one-time thing.
Okay, but one-time thing for all those buses.
All those
That-
buses. Right.
So it took a lot of nights.
Yeah, it took a lot of nights because early morning next day we had to go and tell them the report ki how many buses are done. So now
Because we had taken a like permission and all those things to go there. So they were like, okay, you have to be responsible. You have to let us know that this is done, and that given us a deadline as well.
so 1 a.m. to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
sit on buses.
Yeah.
Go home, sleep from 5 to 8. 8 o'clock, get up,
Morning.
get
Okay.
dressed, go to government offices, tell them what work you have done. Because we were kids, they were like, we have to be stringent with you. Right. So speed matters because they were like, we can do this whole keeping the buses off for you and everything.
Yeah.
Only for like a week or so. And so we had a week to cover 50 buses.
Okay.
Right.
It was 2 of us in operations.
And this was in June, mind you.
yeah, it
I
was
mean,
raining
2
as
of us,
fuck.
Yeah. Because Isaac was coding.
So
Right. He had to sit with the laptop.
So
This is rains. Right. Peak
Okay.
June rains.
night I
Yeah.
used to come with my car. I used to pick him up from his house. We used to drive all the way to Margao,
Okay.
park the car there. We used to go. We used to start doing the work till morning 4, 5.
And what if it starts raining while doing the work?
Where a
we open
raincoat.
a fucking umbrella or wear a
Okay,
raincoat. We
yeah.
were still walking in the rains. We didn't give a shit.
It was, but I'll tell you, it was raining. This was during my sem break. Right. We had this 1.5.
I had exams going on.
Yeah. 1.5 month break. His exams are going on. We are like, forget it. Right. So felt very exhausting actually. I was like, my friends are going on trips right now. I'm
Yeah.
sitting and opening buses.
Buses here.
Right, during my people are getting internship in companies.
IT engineer doing mechanical engineering practicals there.
So there were times where we were like, dude, is this even worth it? Right. But I think
I love those nights.
yeah, when
Those-
we went to
like,
sleep, right?
Yeah, that satisfaction which we had, like, oh,
when
now
we were
we
done with
finished
those 50 buses, we were like, yes.
And we should check if the trackers are updating, if we can actually see where the buses.
But you must have felt so good, right? The next day, like you did something.
100%.
Yeah,
Like this is like going and checking buses out, removing the engine, and then putting in the trackers, like putting in the SIM card in the tracker. Like it might be boring at the time because of the rain and everything, but then it all. must have
Yeah,
been
it
like a
was-
crazy
I mean,
experience.
it was amazing.
When people ask you, so the point was to make the tracking as accurate as possible.
Yeah.
Right? When we checked their trackers, old trackers
and
on the diesel buses,
Yeah.
you could see the buses in the water also. They could go
Yeah.
through Mandavi River.
Instead of showing the Zawari Bridge, it'll be in the water. And it'll be
Okay.
there 2 hours ago. That's the last tracking, maybe
2 hours
days
ago, 3 days ago.
Yeah, like there was no 5 minutes ago tracking available. The data was very slow, which was
Yeah.
imposed by them.
Oh.
So that's why we had to do this whole SIM fiasco. We had
15 SIMs registered on each of our name, I think,
Yeah.
and 5 on our parents and stuff like
15 SIMs.
So you all got around what?
45
45
45 cents and 5 on our parents' name and all. Like taking their IDs also, like Aadhaar card and all. You go, you get it done.
Yeah, so there are still, the SIMs are still in the buses.
Yeah,
by the
they're
way.
still in the buses. They have not removed it yet, but they've been
Yeah.
deactivated by
Yeah.
now.
So if you were to go back in time and start FlexiBus again, what would you do differently?
I think I would contact all the government connects that I had on the top level first. We thought of doing it the right way.
Right way.
Right, we thought of going and saying, hey, we want to really make an impact, and this is an efficient solution we're bringing up.
That doesn't work, right?
That doesn't
No,
work. I just realized that how
Yeah.
messed up the system actually is.
Yeah.
If we had contacted someone prior and told that we are the one who are doing it,
Correct.
I think things would have played
put
very
some
differently.
Connection and done it. Yeah, it would.
There would
very
be no
easy.
waiting in the lines
Hmm.
to meet those officials. There would be no go at night and do the buses. They would have done it for us.
Yeah, we were.
That was the
just tell
easier
them, "Okay,
path.
This is the thing we require.
And that was the right path actually. When you're working with the government, if you do not have enough connections over there, things won't move. They just won't move. And sadly, this is how the system is in India, and this is how it
in
operates.
government, what happens is one thing is once a particular employee or any particular person, once the contract is over, to start the same thing with someone else is not very easy as it is with the old.
It's a relationship.
It's a
that you build.
relationship building you have to do. You do it over 6-7 months like period, and then you get to know, oh, this employee shifted directly. So then the other person who comes in, you have to start building the relationship with him. You have to get the plans approved by him again. But they'll be like, this was not during our time.
Yeah.
That is one thing which happens.
So what you know doesn't matter. Who you know definitely matters in India.
That actually is
Yeah.
true. But now, what is the status of FlexiBus?
We shut it down last year and
So we got like 2 contracts for
consultation work.
consulting project.
Yeah.
They could not give the whole thing because of. So we were called into a meeting, right? When we were one day before the launch, we called into a meeting.
This is the
Yeah, with the and the.
yeah.
He's like, oh, this is affiliated with the government. They want to do bus tracking.
Correct.
We are like, great.
They
we
were
can
already
partner.
doing God tourism part, so they're like, okay.
We're like, yeah, we can
we'll
partner. They're like, no, give the tech, and that's it, right? And we were like, why? What happened to this guy? He was such a nice chap with us, and all of that. After the meeting, we realized that these people had connections with the government and the ministers and
The
everything.
more deeper connection.
Yeah, right. So I don't think so. You should take names through.
No, it's better to not take
Yeah.
names.
So
I'm
they
thinking
they
like-
had their own connections, then which is fair. That's how the system works.
Yeah.
Right? But I think they were good enough to give us consulting projects. We got a project worth of like 5 lakhs after that,
Okay.
right? Wherein we had to make it paperless. Yeah,
That thing also, I don't want to mention it only.
Fuck it, shut up. Right. So a lot of things, lot of things happened to get that consulting thing. They also said they didn't want us to go empty-handed, right? We
It was
worked.
5 lakhs on paper.
Yeah, on paper it was
On
5
paper,
lakhs.
okay.
paper.
On paper we got 5 lakhs, right? So basically the 5 lakhs was give our technology to them, one,
Yeah.
and then do the consulting part. It's like a transfer, right? And we were also told to make the whole place go paperless.
Yeah.
So the way we made bus tracking, they were like, you have all your
We had to
logs.
do the documentations for everything about how we would make the entire logs and everything go paperless.
So once the bus comes in, you log how many kilometers, how much petrol was used, how much revenue is generated. Now imagine since the 70s, this you had this stacks of files
if
which
you
are
by
piled
chance
up.
get to sneak into the Panjim office, like means a bus stop,
Yeah.
you can see those files and you can see those cupboards. Inside those cupboards is just files. Half of them are eaten by rats.
Right.
That is what it
So
is.
they were like, could we just digitize this such that the conductor, whenever he bills whatever amount, it gets stored in a digital database. So I can make a data pool easily, right? Let's say I want to understand the revenue that I made in this 1 month. Now, ideally, you'll have to open the whole book and start counting all the money.
Yeah.
Right. So they wanted us to build that system, and we took up the project. That was really good for us.
So we give them the entire details, project reports on how to build the system and all. They had then the tech partnership was someone else in that case.
Right.
I see.
That gave us another contract with the Bihar State Transport.
Okay.
So for them also we built their entire backend system for their bus tracking and everything.
Yeah. So that played out well. Even though I say it's a sad story with FlexiBus, it helped us in the end. And it's still helping us actually.
That's a good thing. I mean, if you're working with the government, you cannot expect things to go smooth.
Fair.
So you also worked with the Bihar government. Right?
Yeah.
How was that?
So
And how was it different than Goa government?
So one thing I'll say is I'm very thankful for the experience which I've gotten working with the Goa government, because from there we got this contact or the person whose company was working with the Bihar government.
Yeah.
Like they reached out to the Goa government, one person they knew,
Okay.
and he knew that we were kids who were working, and he
Acha.
was a very supportive person always since start. So he gave him a referral. From there we got that guy's number, I'm trying not to mention any names as such, but like, yeah. So, and from there, the conversation started.
Right. It was very smooth with us, with the Bihar government, and they told us first just a consulting part. We just want to understand how to go about building this system. We're like, okay, they're like, tell us your charges. I told Dhruv, quote whatever number comes to your mind. This guy said 1 lakh for 1 month, right? Just for consulting. Right?
Okay.
Online documentation. I had to give them 4 pages on how to go about building the whole system.
Yeah.
Okay.
We sent them we told them we can either take 1 whole month and give you 4 pages, saying that we have done extensive research, or we can actually spend the whole weekend and do it in 2 days. What do you prefer? They're like, sooner the better.
The sooner the better.
That weekend we give them, Monday morning the document arrives, Monday evening we get 1 lakh in our bank.
So easy.
So easy.
And the reason it was easy is because we were working not directly with the government. We were working with a company who was working with the government.
So it was like a co-partnership of sorts.
Yeah. So it was a co-partnership between us and the company. And
so that's why I said the connections matter. They knew the people who would release the money soon, as long as the work is done.
Correct.
Right. So we delivered quality work in like record time and we got paid well.
Yeah, and then slowly transferred into a tech support partnership as well. So where we built a bit of the tech for them.
Okay.
So it was in partnership with the agency, with the company actually.
Ma'am, that's great. Now, let's bring the conversation to where things are headed. Right? AI. How do you see AI changing the way young entrepreneurs think and build?
Honestly speaking, I would see it as a downfall because I don't think the young entrepreneurs are thinking anymore. They're just trying to build whatever is coming from AI. And as of right now, AI is not that strong enough to think completely of its own free will.
Correct.
So that is something which puts ideas. I mean, you will see same type of startups coming up everywhere. Everyone's doing the same things because there's no creativity left in businesses right now with AI. At least for most people, there are definitely some people who are exceptions who are using it wisely. But yeah, that would be my take on that.
I think I would like to counter this, right? I think AI has made a really huge impact on solo creators. People who before needed a team now can actually automate things by themselves. Again, seconding on his point, you should know how to use it.
Correct.
Right? I've seen a lot of people building solo businesses out of their garage right now or out of their house. A lot of these D2C brands, right? If I needed to build a website and wanted to launch, let's say, an achar thing, there's a very famous achar actually. It is localized to Maharashtra region.
Okay.
And they have the achars named on, let's say, Nagpur ka this. Right. So hyper localized. And they're doing very well. They're doing, I think, 100 crores a year right now. Only selling pickle. Now, if that guy 10 years back had to probably launch his brand, he would need a website. So he would need a developer. Spend 50,000 over there. Get someone to handle your Instagrams and get someone to make your ads. These things are now, which are grunt tasks, right?
Can be automated.
Can be automated very easily. So in that aspect, I think solo creators or people who are doing things with a team can now downsize and actually work on AI as long as they know how to do it.
But don't you think that the young people are using AI too much for their own thinking? They're trying to replace their thinking by
Yeah, I
AI.
think where one place which is going wrong is, see, idea should be yours.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
Execution can probably be taken care of, right? The grunt work should be taken care of. I think where people are going wrong is, oh, I'm stuck over here, I'm going to ask AI what to do next.
Yeah, they're not using their brain.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're not using their brain.
Right. That's why a lot of hollow companies are being built.
Correct.
Right. Which are based on hype. They'll climb up to a point with as long as
And
this
then there's a
AI
very
bubble
bad
is there.
downfall for them.
Right, it's happening like the .com bubble only. Everyone's a ChatGPT rapper, bro.
See, about AI, what I feel is AI in creative field is very helpful.
True.
Right? AI in tech field is very helpful. But if you try to replace, or not even replace, if you try to make AI your friend, I guess that's when the real problem starts to kick in, because I can see the way the world is moving this quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 5 years there will be AI girlfriends. Or AI
I think it's
friends,
already
AI
happening.
I think people are,
It has
there
started.
are
Yeah,
people
it has
so
started.
lonely right
Japan,
now.
right? Yeah.
About Japan.
Yeah.
People are so lonely. Like, that is true.
AI is being treated as a therapist.
Yeah, I mean, but it makes sense,
Yeah,
because
it does, yeah.
people are so isolated nowadays.
Correct.
Like, having stayed in Goa, we all know that, okay, this is a place where people localize, meet, you know your next door neighbor. When I moved to Gurgaon, I didn't know who stayed beside me. I was there for 6 months, I didn't know who my neighbor was.
Okay.
Right.
I would say that was also an impact because it's a after COVID
After
impact.
COVID thing, right?
Yeah.
People had ended up isolating themselves so much that I wouldn't be surprised if people are talking
And they
to
got
AI.
used to being isolated.
Exactly. So I don't think so people would be, hesitant talking to AI. And I think Second thing is this whole thing of AI doesn't judge you, right? You can talk
Yeah.
whatever you want with it, and it's with that.
I always agree to that.
Yeah, it will always agree to you.
It will always say I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing, yeah. But let's say if someone is starting from scratch right now, what would you recommend them to learn first in this AI first world?
I think how to actually build like human connections with a. So it goes with everything. If you're building a product,
Yeah.
doesn't resonate with your customers, doesn't make sense, doesn't matter what you're building, right? Or you're selling a D2C product, right? If the product is not, being targeted to the right customers, or your brand marketing is not being done well, right? So the art of storytelling matters a lot nowadays, because I think a huge wave has come wherein the brands have been driven by story. I think storytelling or selling becomes the most first important skill to have as an entrepreneur, because you look at Gully Labs, they are also making shoes,
Yeah.
right?
I've heard about Gully Labs.
Right,
Yeah.
Comet, they are also
Comet.
making shoes,
Comet.
right? It's all driven by the story of this brand stands for so and so thing.
Correct.
I think that is something that you need to really master well, right?
Art
Because
of storytelling. Yeah.
it's
Definitely.
become really difficult to enter the market right now, with a lot of MNCs also coming with smaller brands, right? So you got Reliance reviving this. I can't get the name of the brand. Campa.
Campa Cola.
Yeah, so
Cola.
Campa basically started as a startup only of sorts, which was funded by Reliance.
Yeah.
In a place like this, you need to, if you want to stand out with the people, you need to have a story. Otherwise, what's the point? They can beat you at scale, right? So that's
with AI, it's very easy that way. And because if you can't connect to people and can communicate a story very well, that's something which AI cannot do as of yet. It will give you a very generic output, like as usual.
And I think also the ability to handle failures. Like we had failed with we had failed with FlexiBus really badly, right? We worked on it for a year and a half,
Yeah.
right? 6 months on ground in the rain and everything.
Yeah.
When we actually realized that, oh, this is not going to go forward, for some reason, one day we were sad, obviously, we took that in. But the next day, we were like, okay, on to the next thing. Because while building FlexiBus only, we faced so many failures. We could not do the whole payments thing. So we had to figure out another revenue model. Had to go to ad revenue.
Yeah.
And we started talking to Paytm to get the ticketing machine. So we had faced a lot of failures, and I think that's something you should be okay with, right? Fail as much as you want, but fail fast.
Yeah, fail fast so you can learn and get back get back in the sprint.
Okay. One quick question. Do you think AI will replace us?
I don't think so in the near future. But
I think so. I do think so. Even though my views have been bad on AI, but looking at the amount of development that's keeping on happening with the new models coming up, the new technology that is coming in, and even recursive learning in AI, which is going to happen soon. Actually, not hopefully, but hopefully.
I agree. People will lose their jobs. See,
Because it will start learning from its own mistake, then it can start like
true.
Yeah.
And nowadays you don't need to code. Like I am someone who's averse to coding. I hate coding. Right, but my job in my current company requires me to write SQL codes. I don't write codes. I know the logic. We have our own, every company, by the way, right now has their own inbuilt AI. Right? Because you cannot put out company data on public servers. Right?
Correct.
So no, I don't see coders coding right now. It's all being done by AI.
Yeah.
So if you have knowledge or the know-how of how that job is supposed to be done, AI will help you in that. Ideally replace you, right, in the near future. But right now, I don't see it in the next, let's say, 10 to 20 years.
Correct. Because even I've seen the sprint at which AI works, like if you have an idea and you really want a website ready, you want a pitch deck ready, you even want an outline ready, it all can be done in less than an hour right now with like proper looking website, something that will look good. Everything can be done.
But scaling is
becomes a bit of an issue at one point, wherein you need to have those human connections she spoke about first as well. So
correct. Dhruv, Aryan, this was a lovely conversation. I didn't even realize it was 9 o'clock.
I know, right?
Yeah, I swear.
Yeah, I wish we could talk more, but I would like to end this podcast with one last question. What is that one bet you're making on yourself right now? And do you think it will change everything if it works?
That's a deep question, man.
So wait.
I think one bet. So having said all of these things that I tried, a lot of failures, I have finalized on one thing at least with myself, that I focus on growth, and that's something I really loved. So I am actually trying to learn and put my money where my mouth is actually. Started putting money down on businesses as well.
Mhm.
Smaller startups, small amounts.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to help them scale right now.
Okay.
And that's what I want to be known as. Someone who comes in, scales the company and goes out. Because I realize I can't, for the long term, go and build things. I want to
Okay.
be like that, adrenaline shot that you put into a startup and grow. And so I
Okay.
started taking up projects with startups wherein I work for free right now. Come up with growth marketing strategies. I'll just give an example.
Okay.
There's this ice cream brand called Urban Scoop,
Okay.
right? I put down some money over there, and now they wanted to launch a first kulfi, right? But the retailers to buy that kulfi, they should either know about the brand or people should come and start
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah.
I think we learned it from the Balaji case study, where they had sent people to ask about the Balaji brand chips
Okay.
while they were not there, and then they would send their salesperson to sell the chips, right? And the shopkeeper would easily end up buying. We followed something similar. We said there's a price. We kept a price pool of 10,000 rupees, and we said this region that we wanted to target.
Yeah.
We said if you can go and find this ice cream
Anywhere.
anywhere, right, you win this 10,000 bucks. So we actually got
Okay.
people for free going and actually
asking like the shops for the particular brand of ice cream, and they're like, no, we do not have
we don't
that.
have it. And then we told them, okay, fine.
Okay.
Obviously you could not find the ice cream anywhere.
Yeah.
And we gave the 10,000 bucks to one of the people who actually commented saying, hey, I could not find the ice cream anywhere. Right? We gave the money to him and we told him about this whole idea, and he was like, damn. But after that, next week when we went to sell,
Everyone would buy.
they were like,
get us this many
because
boxes.
They didn't know what's happening. People went and told us, Urban Scoop ki kulfi hai kya? And they were like, nahi hai. So they didn't know why they were behind the kulfi. They never said, "Kya 10,000 ka price hai, isliye hame kulfi chahiye." The moment we started selling that, they were like, "Okay, there's some reason these customers are coming and asking it." So we ended up selling 10,000 kulfis in the first week of launching. Right. So I think that's something I really enjoy, such stunts. So I plan to do this only.
I enjoy that, like jumping from one business to another, because at one point what happens is when you are sector agnostic, then it gets boring.
Yeah.
You want to jump around.
Correct.
Right.
Want to explore new things.
Yeah, you want to explore new things. You want to, like, I've already done in tourism. Now I'm like, even though I've done enough, I want to get into different fields right now. I want to check what is good, because it gives me that rush.
I think you are more like, the more I'm a growth guy, you're more like a tech.
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 Where tech
builder.
can be coming.
This guy always like anything you have, I will automate it.
I will automate this shit.
Right.
Hey, why are you doing this, bro? Just tell me, I'll do it for you.
Damn, that was crazy. That was a lovely conversation, guys.
Thanks, Anish.
Let's go.
Thanks, Anish.
Cut that
Yeah.
shit.